Welcome into the Press Row Show, the #1 rated pregame, intermission, and postgame show. This side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west, depending on how you look at it. If you go all the way around the world, west of Raleigh, North Carolina, where the Carolina Hurricanes play. But as I said, you have to go around the world first for it to be west of it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a night. Tonight, oh, they could end a nearly 8-year playoff drought in front of their own home fans. Don't jump in. The COVID playoffs don't count. They could, for the first time in nearly 8 years, have playoff games in the Xfinity Mobile Arena in front of human beings. After 8 long years of doing the show together, Anthony, we are so close. So close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin.
And this is why, Russ, I didn't bring a guest on pregame. Because I wanted it to be a little bit nostalgic for us. Yeah, you're like, I got to get you Adderall. Like, I can't keep you under control.
No, this is kind of like a nostalgia song. So you go ahead, talk.
No, but like we're nostalgic. It's nostalgic in a sense, in that we've been doing this now for 8 years. 7 years in the building.
Yep.
8 years in total. We had the brilliant idea of broadcasting from Press Row back in the day, where you used to bring your own little microphone and we would cram together shoulder to shoulder right in front of your computer screen. We would get all the people walking behind us. How many times did like Sam Carchidi and Wayne Fish like walk behind us?
Bona fide studs.
Like Jim, you remember a couple times Jim Jackson would walk by and he'd be saying something. We'd catch it on the show and all those little things. And in all that time, Russ, other than the COVID bubble where we were broadcasting from our couches, we've never had any postseason to talk about.
Yep.
And
we still don't yet, but tonight could be that night.
We are on the cusp of that being the case. This is the first time. Look, they had a chance 2 years ago in the final game of the season, but they needed help. This is the first time since we've started this that the Flyers are in a situation where it's win and you're in. Win and you're in. We've never had this before on this show.
It's a thing of beauty.
I don't know how to react.
Well, I'll tell you how to react. If and when it happens tonight. Or if it has to happen tomorrow, but hopefully tonight, because I don't know if my little heart can hold it, can contain it. I'll tell you how to feel when the game is over, when the clock strikes 0. I'll tell you exactly how to celebrate it and how to feel. But I will tell you, if it happens that this goes down the way it's supposed to, we may have a guest postgame for the first time in a long time on this show. We'll keep you posted.
Not that long.
We got it. No. I'm saying for the first time in a long time, we'll have somebody on the show for a postgame. We don't usually do it. Tonight is a night that the Flyers, they need to get it done tonight. And we got to give a shout out tonight to Rod Brindamore, baby. Because Rod decided, I think my guys could use a little rest. And he's not just resting one guy. He's not just resting 2 guys. He's resting enough guys that Nick Delorier is playing third-line minutes tonight. God bless Rod Brindamore.
Doing his old teammate a solid. Doing Talk a solid. Now, listen, I'm actually a little bit surprised. And the reason I'm a little bit surprised, I'm not completely surprised, I'm a little bit surprised, is Carolina still needs 1 point to guarantee home ice advantage through the Eastern Conference playoffs. Like, why would you put losing that at risk? I guess that they don't value the home ice as much. Like, say, hey, we get it, great. If we don't get it, not the end of the world. Because they value getting guys healthy and getting them rest for the playoffs more than they do actually where the games are being played. So that's the only thing where I'm slightly surprised.
Yeah.
Probably, I love Jordan Hall. Great guy. He just looks so weird in a suit on television.
Like, what? That's not very nice.
No, it's not. It's not a mean thing. It's like you're used to seeing a guy in a very casual environment, right? Like you always see him over at practice in like his jeans and his.
I got the quarter zip. Rocks a quarter zip with the
rocks
best of them.
Quarter zip, right, all the
Stud.
time. And now he's on TV and he's wearing a suit and it just does not. I don't know. Just looks weird. Anyway, didn't mean to derail that there.
Didn't mean to poo-poo the young man.
No, I just happened to look over and I saw it and I was like, Jordan Hall in a suit.
Do we wear suits? If the Flyers make the playoffs, do we wear suits?
Who's we, Kimasabi? You can do whatever the hell you want. I ain't wearing a suit.
We can do it.
Dude, here's the thing, and I've always said this, right?
Yeah.
And I said it, most people don't know this, but there used to be like a thing in hockey where you wore a suit to be in the media. And I sat there and I used to go and sit in the press box and I would say, I'm a writer covering sports. Like, this isn't politics. This isn't the government. This isn't, this isn't that important. It's entertainment, man. Like, we should be comfortable. So I never did. Only time I ever wore suits was when I actually worked for the team, and it was a rule. You had to. I didn't like it, but I had to. But when I was in the media, I don't wear a suit. What's the point?
Interesting.
Right?
I don't understand the suits.
I didn't understand it either.
I actually think the problem with the suits is when they're ill-fitted suits. And then somebody looks like they're swimming in it. Like it was their, like the before and after picture. The after is inside of the before person's suit.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
One thing I want to talk about for tonight, I want to take you back to Wednesday when we were at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. And it was me, you, and our good buddy Jason Martinez filling in for Bundy.
Stud.
And we talked about if tonight's game was for clinching purposes, who would be in goal?
Yeah, Vladar.
It's Dan Vladar. And I said that would not surprise me if Dan Vladar was the guy tonight and not Sam Ersson for this game.
Well, the real question is, if things don't go according to plan tonight, who's in net tomorrow? And I think it really does kind of depend on what the result is here. If you get the loser, so to lay out the scenarios for everybody, you get 2 points over these last 2 games, you're in. You get a win tonight, you're in. You get 1 point tonight, you're technically still alive.
Well, no,
Washington, hold on.
There's no technically still alive. You're very much alive.
Washington would need to lose.
No.
And or you would need to get a point or 2 points tomorrow. If the only point that you get is 1 loser point over these 2 games,
then Washington
would have to lose to Columbus.
Correct.
That's the only. So obviously, we all want this to go the way of a win. Carolina's shorthanded. They're still a talented team, even shorthanded. But you got to get the win tonight, and then let tomorrow kind of be one to get Ersson a little bit of work. Maybe you get a couple of guys some rest, or you just get yourself to a point where you're feeling pretty good and in form going into the playoffs, which would start this weekend. There's a lot to this, Ant.
Yeah.
And Vladar being in net, I think, is the right call, especially given the lineup that Carolina is going to field tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the right call too, Russ. I think that you have the opportunity in front of you. You put your best player out there. It would be like, if you're given the option, like if you had a choice in a baseball game, you have 2 games to win 1, and you had your choice of when to throw your best pitcher. You throw your best pitcher in the first one.
Yeah.
And then figure it out in the second one.
Yep.
Right? Like you always go for it as soon as you can. And so the Flyers are being smart here and going with Vladar tonight. It's the way to do it. It's absolutely the way to go.
By the way, while we're talking about in net, tonight is also Jonathan Quick's last start. Do you see that?
Yes.
So, at Stick Taps, a great career by Jonathan Quick.
Hell of a goal.
Get Stick Taps. What are you doing? Let's go. Where are those hands at? Are they above or below the table? We're doing Stick Taps.
Stick Taps for Jonathan Quick.
My God. The professionalism of some of us on this panel. So, tonight is an absolute get the job done, get in the playoffs, feel good about it, and then Ersson would be in net tomorrow. A question, because
I don't think that's necessarily the case. He will be if they win tonight.
Yeah.
If they don't,
I said get the job done tonight.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying he was in regardless.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Now there are 3 guys that I want to touch on really quickly that have nothing to do with tonight's game. but I think it's something that people are excited about because the same way that Forster coming back was a huge, uplift, a good boost to the spirits and the team. Porter Martone coming here, big uplift to the spirits around the team and the fans. 3 guys who all have different varying degrees of, that's interesting. Let's start with number 1. Jack Berglund in the lineup for the Phantoms scores the game winner in the shootout last night. Now, it's still a very remote chance, but the Phantoms do have a possibility of getting in the playoffs for the AHL. But Berglund converts. I saw somebody in a Flyers Facebook group today say, oh, yeah, everybody knows he's a top 1C and he's got 40 goal potential. And I was like, yo, a little bit early to be doing meth. But that guy was very committed to it, so good for him. Guy number 2, Jack Nesbitt, who has, 5 goals in 6 playoff games? He's been on fire in the OHL playoffs.
Hey, intern Andrew, bring him up real quick.
Yep.
Hey, I'm just curious to see if you know. Where is Jack Nesbitt going to college next year?
He's going to Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh.
He's not going to Happy Valley?
No.
The unhappy valley. Believe me.
Sorry, pal.
Jack Nesbitt going to go light a fuse.
Did that hurt you a little bit today when that news came out?
Did you think that were there murmurs in the Penn State community?
No,
that Nesbitt
but I
was
just
on the.
But why couldn't he have gone to Bemidji State or something? Why did it have to be Michigan?
So the Wolverines are getting Jack Nesbitt, which I think, Ant, is a really solid development for
How about
team.
Brian Knowlton?
What? Oh.
That's what I like about that.
I see it. All right. I got it.
Very good, Brian.
I'm late on the sound drop.
What happened there?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think that's a really positive development away from the big club is that Nesbitt is going to be playing Big Ten hockey, right? And if, for better or worse, I think fans want to have an easy way to watch one of the top prospects, a first-round pick, and get a feel for what he is. I think it's actually a really good sign that he's going to college, Ant.
It's a great sign. It's about time that the NHL comes to the realization that for development of prospects, it's better that they're in the NCAA than in Canadian junior hockey. And I'm glad that they made the rule change, that you can now, junior players can go to the NCAA, which couldn't happen before. Now they allow it. That's the best thing that could ever happen to these guys, because that's where they're going to develop. You're not going to be a top scorer in the OHL and have to play there for 2 years against kids 4 years younger than you and think that that's helping your development. This is the best thing for players, and to have Jack Nesbitt be able to go to the University of Michigan, sorry, intern Andrew, that's a great thing for the Flyers as far as his development is concerned.
Well, and I think when you hear Martone talk about how great Michigan State was to him this year and just the ability to focus on his body, add weight, add muscle, kind of get prepared mentally and physically to play at that next level.
Yeah.
And then to see Martone's game translate so well from college directly into the NHL. Now, obviously, Martone is at a different level as a prospect than Jack Nesbitt was. So it's not to say that the immediate success Martone has found since coming here from Michigan State is going to translate. But, man, that also puts, in my mind, Nesbitt much more on the radar, not for the 27 season, but for that 28 season. It is a good potential sign that there's a pipeline now. And if you're the Flyers, you have to feel good about the fact that, it worked so well for Martone. You hope it's going to work for Nesbitt. And I think maybe that does kind of lead to a strategic change here organizationally when you're talking to the player and their camp. Hey, you might not have considered playing NCAA hockey before, but look at the direct path it leads to in the NHL. That, to me, I think changes a lot. So I'm excited to see what Nesbitt's going to look like. And again, we'll get to watch him on TV, get to watch him on the Big Ten Network, and watch him when he's playing on ESPN2 or whatever. It's a really cool development. So if you're a Flyers fan, I think it's neat. So that's guy number 2. Guy number 3, David Jiricek. Skated with the team this morning, is not in the lineup tonight, but I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, I would assume he's playing tomorrow. Do you envision a scenario where Jiricek makes that playoff roster and maybe does get a look at some point, especially if the power play continues to struggle? Or do you think he's just kind of here to be around the guys?
Yeah.
You think it's that?
Yeah, I mean, he might play. If they win tonight, I think he plays tomorrow. I think that's a real thing. I think you might even see Berglund come up and play tomorrow.
Really?
It's possible. It's possible. Like, give them a game, see how they look at the NHL level, right? I mean, it's possible if they win tonight. I don't think that unless there's an injury. Like, I think that they thought about it, maybe give it a shot. Yeah, but then they decided no. But he'll be on the Black Aces, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You know, if they make the playoffs and you have that group of guys that are practicing with the team but not playing, I think you're going to see those guys be part of that group, yes.
I honestly kind of wanted to see if they would play him tonight and tomorrow and get a look at him and decide if what he can bring you on the power play is enough. But tonight
game matters
too much.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
It's just me, like, kind of, postulating, right? Like, I think Jiricek gives you something on the power play that you don't have. He can give you a big booming shot from inside the blue line. They really just don't have that guy right now. Again, that's why he ends up signing a 2-year extension, and it's a one-way contract. So guess what? Like, next year, David Jiricek's going to be on this team. And so, if nothing else, it's cool for him to be around this group of guys. And whether or not he factors into a potential playoff run remains to be seen. But it's cool to see him up here. So those are the 3 guys who are tangentially affiliated with the team. Will not be playing tonight here in Philadelphia, but I thought it was worth an update.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's absolutely.
What stands out to you right now?
For tonight?
Yeah. There's got to be something
that's
kind of been like.
Here's something. You got a buddy over here who's a big fan. Big fan of yours.
That's a former student of mine.
Former student.
I just realized it.
Okay.
Yeah. Out here with his Mishkov jersey. Look at him.
I'll tell you what stands out.
These kids, why was every student I had almost, I would bet you 93% of the students I taught, all taller than me. Yeah. 93. Thank God for the Guatemalan kids. They were the only ones I was taller than. Seriously.
Yeah, that's great. You asked me what stood out for me.
Yeah.
So you know what's normally tonight? The team had scheduled an event this after at around 4:00 today. Yeah. That was for the media. It was down in the Zach Hill press conference room. And it's the annual awards where they give out the team awards to the players, right? They no longer do it on the ice just because they end up getting fined for that.
Really?
Yeah, because you're not starting on time.
Oh, they do it before the game.
So they do it before the game now, and they record it and they play it on the video board.
You know
right?
What'd be cool if you went. But, all right, sorry to interrupt. If they were to do that, like just say the Flyers win tonight, that as a post-game thing would be pretty cool. Like that's like an additional layer to it, you know? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure the writers would like to do that on deadline.
I don't give a damn
it's
what the writers
media awards.
I don't care.
The media's not going to say, yeah, let's have a post-game celebration.
The fans want to like bask in the glow of something positive happening. The hell with your deadlines.
Anyway.
It's 2026. People read digital if they're going to read it.
Yes, and so that means the deadline's even sooner. You got to get it up right away. Get the stories up right away. Oh. Anyway. Such a moron.
Get in here, though.
He's such a
Sorry,
moron.
Continue.
Anyway. So you ruin every good story.
I ruin everything.
You ruin every good story.
I'll take the rest of pregame off. God bless.
So the whole point was that this was normally the night that they do this, right?
Yeah.
And so you go down there, it's a big thing. They present the awards to the players, photo opportunity, whatever. They canceled it tonight.
What does that tell you?
They postponed it. It's not cancel, but it's postponed, which means they could do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I would bet that they do it tomorrow if they win tonight. But it tells me that they wanted zero distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Zero distractions.
Yep.
They're kind of in a bunker mentality right now.
Focus on the task at hand.
They have one goal and that's it. They're gonna go and they're gonna try and accomplish it together. And that's like it's a small little thing, right? But why would you get? That's something that's a traditional thing. Every year they do it, right? Every year they give those awards. There's a fan club award. There's all these things that happen, right? There's a lot of stuff that needs to be coordinated. You bring Barry Ashby's family back to give the Barry Ashby Trophy. All those things. And they decided not to do it tonight, not because they don't want the fans to experience it, but because they want their players focused on one thing and one thing only.
You know, the other night they showed the video from behind the scenes, from down in the tunnel, the guys playing soccer. And then they showed York, like going up and down, like when the guys are making the 2 rows, right? And York kind of jumping around with the guys. And the commentators were talking about the fact that, like, that's not what a tight team, like that's not what a team that's feeling tight and feeling the pressure goes out and does. I think it was in the Winnipeg game. And they were kind of highlighting the fact that like this is a team that despite it being so young is playing loose and is loose before the game, you know? And so I think it is a good thing that they postponed it. I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, that just tells you what you need to know.
They've got everything in their favor. I mean, let's make no mistake about this, okay? This team earned the opportunity to win an in tonight. Make no mistake about it. They earned this opportunity. But holy smokes, did other teams in this conference and this division
perfect storm
puke all over themselves for about a week and a half. I mean,
longer.
Did it or did it not feel like every time we would look and say, oh, they need Columbus to lose. They need Washington. They need the Islanders to lose. You'd look up and it's like, oh, they're all losing. Not just one. Like, oh, they all lost.
Yeah. And they all lost.
And then over the weekend.
They all lost in regulation.
Yeah.
Not even getting loser points.
Every time that I would come on and be like, wow, I can't believe you dropped a regulation loss to Washington. Oh, my God, I can't believe you dropped a regulation loss again to Detroit. 2 of them. The other teams did the same thing. Like, am I crazy? Okay, I know I'm crazy. But, like, let me ask you a question. When you're coming up with strategy, when you're coaching these games, right? Whether it was Patrick Waugh or it's Pete DeBoer, whoever, right? You know that you need at least 1 point. You need at least a loser point. Don't you at some point have to look at the scoreboard and go, yo, we got to lock in. And if it means we're kind of sitting back a little bit more, and Bundy talked about the one night, you don't want to sit so far back that you get burned.
Can't sit back too early, but
But watching some of these games, it's like, what the hell are they thinking? Like, you're playing so far up the ice. What? Play for the loser point.
I'm with you.
Like, a bunch of them were in, not the driver's seat, but certainly in a more competitive spot. And don't get me wrong. Love it. Love the win and in scenario. But, wow, incompetence.
They got a lot of help. They did get a lot of help. There's no doubt about it. But you know what?
What's that?
Sometimes you make your own luck, right?
You do.
And the Flyers, playing the way they've played, put pressure on those teams.
Yep.
Right? I mean, in all honesty, I mean, if you look at, like, if the Flyers were not as good as they've been, let's just say they were, even if they were okay but not quite this good, do those teams tank as badly? I don't think they do.
No.
I think the Flyers put pressure on them, and that forced them to.
By the way, that Winnipeg game is the perfect case of it, right? That Winnipeg game, they came out as loose as they did.
Yeah.
If you don't think that had some effect on those teams yesterday when they went to take the ice, because it's like you're probably sitting back going, all right, Winnipeg isn't going to just roll over. It's a West Coast game. It's the third game of a West Coast swing before they come home and have to face Carolina. You're probably looking at that if you're the Islanders or if you're the Blue Jackets or you're the Caps. And you're like, all right, we're good. This will be a competitive game. And the Flyers just like run roughshod on the Jets.
The Flyers got a little bit of a break from a Western team yesterday. Or not yesterday, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
In the sense that and a little bit of help from the schedule makers, because the game that Winnipeg had their eyes on was that Edmonton and LA Kings game. And LA ends up beating Edmonton 1-0. And that game ended like minutes before the Winnipeg Flyers game starts. Winnipeg needed the Kings to lose that game to have a real shot to get in the playoffs. And I got to imagine you see that final score and you're like, oh, well, that sucks. Now all of a sudden we're 5 points out, right? That deflates them a little bit. So
I'm just laughing over here because somebody mentioned Shia LaBeouf with the "just do it," and somebody just dropped. Ryan Schiffler dropped in a reference to the movie Holes. You ever see Holes, intern? No. Did you see Holes?
Yes.
ARMP to the T. What is that you smelling, dog? That's me.
I wouldn't have gotten that reference.
I don't take showers and I don't brush my teeth because all I do is dig holes, eat, and sleep. Great movie. Disney Channel movie.
Oh, wasn't it? It wasn't a. I don't know if it was a Disney Channel movie originally.
Wasn't it?
I think it was in theaters.
Was it a theater movie?
I think it was in theaters.
Look this up. Holes.
I'm pretty sure it was
Disney
in theaters, but it
Channel.
ended up on Disney Channel.
You've got to go dig those holes.
Pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it was in theaters.
It was in theaters.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gross 71 million worldwide.
You're right. You're right, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Not a typical made-for-TV original. Hold on. Let me dive into this a little bit.
No, do we have to?
It was released by Walt Disney Pictures and produced by Walden Media. Anyway, good movie.
Yeah, fine. Fine. Amadeo, I'm with you. Tonight, I'm with you.
What? What do you say?
I'm just with you.
What do you say?
I'm with Amadeo tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm going to be curious to hear what Bundy's keys are for the game tonight.
Key number 1, Carolina's not playing anybody. You got to get the win. Number 2, good forecheck. Number 3, take a lead early. The Flyers win a lot of games when they go up in the first period.
I just got a text from someone who I didn't even realize was watching our show. It said, Sigourney Weaver was hot in holes. I had no idea that this individual was watching the show, and then I got that text.
Let me find Sigourney. You know what? I'm not going to Google Sigourney Weaver holes. I feel like that might not return a good result here on the Xfinity Wi-Fi at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Holes movie.
That's funny.
Sigourney Weaver. All right.
I watched the original Alien for the first time a couple months ago.
Oh,
actually.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
The second one's really good too.
But yeah, she back in the day, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the first two were really good.
Good-looking woman.
What's happened to you?
What?
What happened to you?
I was
You
contributing.
used to be a nice, innocent young man.
I didn't say anything out of this. I just said she's a good look. What do you already say? She's ugly?
I'm not saying anything about anyone's looks. I wouldn't do such a thing.
No, definitely not.
All right. We're going to have Bundy come on shortly.
Yes.
We're about 7.5 minutes from puck drop.
Bundy should be here in 2.
He'll be here with his keys to the game. Now, one thing that I do want to bring up to you, Ant, is...
You know what is obvious here, Russ? We're as loose as the Flyers are up here tonight. We don't even feel the need to get into the nitty-gritty of this game.
I had a late coffee.
We're feeling all right.
You know what I did today?
Feeling good and
I
loose.
was feeling a little bit jumpy this morning. I made myself an espresso. I walked around the neighborhood. I did like 2 miles this morning because I think I need to add steps. I work from home. I got to start getting the steps in, right? Especially tubular meats tonight. You just never know. It's a lot of extra calories.
Yeah.
And then this afternoon, I got my La Colombe coffee. They still don't sponsor the show. What are we doing? Anyway, had a La Colombe on the way in. Feeling hyped.
There was enough time during the song the other day to ask about La Colombe to sponsor us. That song was long enough.
Which one was that? What's that again?
When they sang.
Oh, the We Are Family?
We Are Family?
Yeah. Should have asked her.
Should have asked her.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But they sold. They sold to Chobani.
That's right.
So I don't know if they have any, they probably have shares.
Sure, I'm sure they have
Is Chobani publicly traded?
I'm sure they still have
Buy some shares.
I'm sure they probably still have
If they sponsor the show, I'll buy some shares.
equity.
Yeah, a little. Anyway, question for you.
Yeah.
Porter Martone has played as well, better, or worse than expected. Clearly not worse. Has he played better than expected, or is he on par with what you honestly thought he would bring to this lineup?
Well, the production-wise, you can't say that it was as expected. You always think a rookie comes in. I mean, I kind of knew he would score a couple goals, right? But I think that his overall production has probably even been better than I thought.
Point per game player.
Yeah.
3 goals, 4 assists in 7 games.
Yeah, I mean, you knew he would score, but there's a lot more to his game that, you can't sleep on. His ability to pass the puck and his hockey sense, his smarts along the wall. And he's very confident in himself. Come on now. Don't make me read stuff I shouldn't be reading. Don't make me read stuff I shouldn't be reading.
JEFFJARRET.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question about Martone additionally. Jim Jackson I forget which game it was. I think it was 2 games ago. He had that he had a really great, I don't know if it ended up being an assist, but he set up an awesome play. And Jim Jackson said something to the effect of, I got to tell you, Boosh, I didn't realize Porter had that kind of vision. That wasn't on the scouting report. I got to tell you, the vision and the playmaking are there. It's not just a dude who stands in front of the net and like is a stud there. Like there's a very smart hockey player in that very big frame.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been impressed by his passing. In addition to putting the biscuit in the basket,
he's been everything you could have asked for to this point and more. As a matter of fact, the Athletic put out their top 100 prospects list. Here we go again. The Athletic put out their top 100 prospects list right now, and just the way that they determine this is that guys who don't have, either haven't played a certain number of games or haven't established a role on an NHL team just yet. So Martone still qualifies for this, right? Because he's still technically, kind of in a rookie spot. So their top 100, Martone was number 2.
Wow.
Of the top 100 prospects, behind Michael Misa. San Jose.
Center, yeah. Fair. Yeah.
So number 2 was Martone. Several other Flyers on that list.
Such as?
In the top 100. Oliver Bonk, Jack Nesbitt, Jet Luchenko.
He was on there?
On there.
Okay.
And Denver Bark.
Did Berglund make it?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Yurasek was also on there.
Okay.
Yurasek
that's interesting to me that he'd be considered a prospect because of he
hasn't played enough.
He did have a split. It was 2 split seasons with Columbus, a split season with Minnesota. Well, sort of a split season with Minnesota. I would think that wouldn't make you a prospect, but I guess it does.
Yeah. So he's still on that list.
Okay.
So it's pretty impressive when you think of it. There's 32 teams in the league, right?
Yep.
And there's only 100 players 100 prospects are putting on the list, and the Flyers have 6 of them. 6 out of 100. It's pretty good.
And you got the young dudes that are producing at the NHL level.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it feels
different.
It does.
Real.
Well, and when you see, I think especially when you see these guys, especially when you see the younger guys contributing the way that they are, that's what changes the calculus on everything.
Yep. Andrew, I'm only half in the screen.
Get tight and cozy. Get close to Ant. He was yelling at Chris Fried earlier.
There you go.
Bundy, you stud. Do you have your keys?
Yeah, let me get them again here. Hold on.
Andrew, get the tweet ready with the scores.
Don't forget to do the tweet. Don't forget.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Key 1, focus on one game. The Flyers can clinch a playoff spot with a win. Of course, everyone knows that. This is a team that has struggled mightily with Carolina over the years. They have lost 8 in a row to the Canes. Flyers will need to be at their best tonight to get the job done. Even though Carolina has 6 of their regulars sitting tonight, the Flyers need to amp it up another notch to be prepared for the work ethic of the guys that are going to come in and play. Number 2, defense to offense. The Flyers have done a great job of turning excellent defensive plays into great offensive chances since the Olympic break. Carolina is a great puck possession team, and the Flyers will be looking to clog the middle and turn pucks over to the other way. And lastly, a fast start. The Flyers have had some great starts in recent games that will continue today. Flyers have struggled with slow starts against Carolina, often leaving them playing catch-up. They need to reestablish energy early, as they have done in the recent string of wins. Play off the emotion of this home crowd tonight is going to be important. It could be a real raucous building, and the Flyers need that energy.
All right, time for the picks. Since I got yelled at for going last time, I will go first this time. Flyers win this one. I think it's closer than a lot of people think. I don't think this is a blowout. I think Bundy's right that the Hurricanes players that are in the lineup are going to play hard. Bussy's also been very good in goal for them. He's only lost 6 times all year. He's 36 and something like that.
25 seconds.
But I think the Flyers win this one 3-1.
Bundy?
Yeah, I'm with Anthony. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't see it like that. I think it's going to be a real workers type of game tonight. The Flyers trying to figure out how to get one past Bussy. I expect them to have a good start. I think that'll carry them. I'm going 3-2 Flyers.
Intern.
4-1 Flyers.
I think the Flyers are going to feed off this crowd. This is an arena tonight that is ready for elation. And I think the Flyers are going to come up big in this moment, and we are going to be having a hell of a post-game show with a guest. That is my prediction. Flyers win tonight. 5-2, empty net.
Okay.
So we will be back. Intermissions, both intermissions and post-game here on the Press Row Show. Do us a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe over on YouTube. You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts as well. We'll talk to you first intermission. We'll have the StatCast up. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to all of you here on the Press Row Show. What in God's name have you done, intern? What did you do?
Put us up on the screen, please.
What did you do? Intern!
Sit up.
Okay, I'm sure everybody can hear. There we are. We're back.
Oh, my God.
We're on the screen.
Welcome into the Press Row Show, the number one rated pregame, intermission, postgame show, the side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, west of Japan. Who's here? One of your favorite Flyers to ever don the orange and black, Jeremy Roenick, is here.
Hall of Famer Jeremy Roenick.
That's right.
Bona fide stud.
I'll never get used to that, Bundy.
Yeah.
So
Great
happy
to see you, buddy. How are you?
So happy to be with you guys. You know, Bundy was one of my favorite teammates of all time, and he knows I actually mentioned him in my Hall of Fame speech. Did I not?
I was so honored by that. You have no idea how much that meant to me, JR.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
So exciting coming back to Philadelphia. You know, especially a night like tonight where they get a chance to clinch a playoff spot, which nobody gave them a chance in the beginning of the season.
Right.
So, but life is good, man. Life is really good. It's being a Hall of Famer, like you said, has been a real change in my life, and the last couple of years has been pretty spectacular. Absolutely.
So you're here tonight, really quick before we talk about the Flyers. You're playing in a pickup game tonight with Johnny Leclerc.
Yeah, shinny game.
Shinny game, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, two games.
So all the men's leagues around the Philadelphia area, right, instead of going out to their local rink at 10 o'clock to play a local shinny game, they sign up to play with Johnny and I here at the arena and have some fun from 10 to 12 tonight after the Flyers come back and win this game. Yeah.
How often do you put the skates on these days?
I would say probably 3 times a year. To tell you the truth, I really hate it. I hate putting my equipment on. I hate having to feel like I'm going to pass out every time I tie my skates. But I once you get out in the ice, it's a lot of fun. But I don't do it very often. I live out in San Diego too, so it's really I'm more outside than inside.
So you're like me, you lather up when you're starting to tie your skates, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big sweat. All of a sudden, you know when you get hit in the head, you start seeing stars.
Yeah.
I get to see those stars when I'm tying my skates.
But the most important question, though, JR, how's the golf game?
Golf game's really good right now.
Yeah.
I played down in Augusta before the Masters. Shot a 68, 71 to 73. I got a tournament next week, so.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm playing in that Pro Cup professional tour, the professional sports tour.
Yeah.
So playing against all the big ex pros, and it's really competitive. So you got to keep the game sharp. So I'm ready for next week.
That's awesome. I'm glad that's going well.
Yeah, it's going good.
That's awesome.
I don't hit it as far. I just keep it in the short stuff. I learn how to hit them. Learn how to hit my long irons better as an old guy.
Well, that's the best. I mean, that's the most important part of the game, right? I mean, everybody can show off with the drives these days. But
listen, control over the ball is way better than seeing how far you can hit it. But my life is really good. Like I said, I live in San Diego. My son's getting married in August.
Awesome.
My daughter's a world-class equestrian in Germany. My wife is
really.
My wife is a thriving one of the best horse trainers in California. So
my niece is an equestrian locally and doing really, really well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she's going to be doing that. Going to school.
I'm sorry for the bills you have to pay, but
that's not mine. It's my sister's got to deal with it.
Right.
I just cheer her on.
There you go. Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
That's awesome. So how much are you paying attention to this team?
Not as much as I'd like. Being out west, it's a little bit different. Games are at 4:00. 4:30 when you're right in the height. I'm usually out at dinner at that time, but I do follow them a little bit and seeing what's happening. I was really happy when Trevor Zegras came out here because I'm a big fan of his, and I knew getting out of Anaheim was going to be great. Nice seeing some of these young kids come in though and get a chance to play really, really well. Yeah. And I'm a huge Rick Tocchet fan.
I was going to ask you about him.
I'm a huge Rick Tocchet fan. He's one of my favorite teammates of all time, one of my favorite people of all time. To see him get this team to where it is right now and have that chance to make the playoffs, and chances are we'll make the playoffs. It's good to see that Tocchet's thriving again in another city.
JR, what's the biggest difference you see in it? I'm going to put you on the spot between the game we played 25 years ago and the game you see today.
Well, first of all, every single one of them can fly.
Yeah.
They can all skate. They can all shoot the puck.
Yeah.
When we played, we had maybe one designated line that couldn't skate, that fought, right? We had one designated line, so that was the fourth line. The third line was just a line that didn't really go over the blue line. They just defended. So these guys today, they're so fit. They're so in shape. Instead of lifting the 16 ounces like we used to do, right? And work out like kind of half-assed.
Yeah.
These guys, they were bred since they're 8 years old. They're in the gym all the time. They're eating the right way. They're drinking all these shakes, and they're getting. You see what these locker rooms are like. These guys are fit to be great players. So the speed is unbelievable. The talent's unbelievable. Toughness, not so much.
Yeah.
They don't need to be, though. That's the only difference, I think, really, it's the hockey IQ, right? The hockey IQ is most important because a lot of these kids, they go so fast, their brains don't keep up with their feet, which is why Connor McDavid and McKinnon, these guys are so good, is their brains are actually faster than the feet. They can compute things, but they are machines. And sometimes there are too much machines where they just rely on certain things instead of reading the game and letting them like really see the game and kind of dissect what's happening in the game. And you'll see more of the kids today don't have that ability to really dissect the game and really see what's happening at that speed. That's why the top guys are so differentiating themselves so much.
This team has a lot of youth on it. We always kind of talk about the importance of getting NHL games, seeing the game at this speed, feeling the physicality. You get a guy like Martone comes out of college and boom, he's thrown right into the fire. How big of an adjustment is that? And then also, like, this team on the precipice of making the playoffs, like hopeful to make the playoffs. How big of a jump is it, and how important is it for those young guys to get to feel that next jump to playoff intensity?
I think it's a different jump. I think if you would have asked me that question in the 90s, it would have been a bigger jump because it was way more physical and mean, whereas college is nothing like that, right? So, and college hockey has really become such a great stepping stone to the National Hockey League. The talent is amazing. The speed is really good.
Yeah.
Players play very similar at that level to where they do here. So it's definitely an adjustment, but it's not the big like 3-4 step adjustment, and also the adjustment of how hard it is, how mean it is, how painful it is. So, and I think Martone's come in here, and it's great that he's got the chance to get his feet wet, and you can tell that he's excited to be here and excited to be in a city like this because he's played great hockey since he's been here, and it's only going to get better.
You would only see a teenager once in a blue moon back in the day.
Yes.
Now you've seen a lot more. You were a teenager when you played. There wasn't a lot of them, and that's what I understand you saying. The jump back then was 3 or 4 leaps coming from either junior or college, and it's not as big a jump anymore.
No. And again, it goes back to the way that they were raised, right? Like, we played 3 sports as kids, right? We stopped playing hockey in March, and then we played baseball, and then we played soccer and play something. These kids have been playing hockey all year round since they've been 8, 9, 10 years old, right? So, I mean, these kids are bred to play at this level. So it's definitely not that big. And you're right. You see a lot more younger players because their speed and talent and the new rules, not being able to hold, not being able to touch somebody's hands, all the things that go along with the new rules make it really easier for younger guys and smaller guys to make a way to the league.
Who's been the most impressive to you in the league this year? Like, who's the guy that came out of nowhere in your mind and went, oh, that guy's ready for take the big step to the next level?
As a player?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough. I mean,
Celebrini?
Listen, I was going to say, well, if nobody says Celebrini, then you're not watching the game. What he's done this year as a second-year player, what he did in the Olympics. I mean, arguably, you can say he's right. He's really close and up there with what McDavid did, right? In terms of how fast he adjusted and how big of a star he became. I would definitely say, and I hate to say this, but listen, the guy that Flyers guys had here is
Gauthier.
Gauthier. I mean, I hated what happened to him here. I mean, he would have been a great player, but he just scored his 40th goal.
Yep.
I mean, kids turned out to be a great player, but there's a lot of young kids. You see what's happening in Chicago with Anton Frondel.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just got there. He's got 8 points in 6 games. I mean, there's a lot of fun
Nick
guys.
Nick
Suzuki,
got
amazing.
100
points. Jay, with Caulfield,
50 goals.
50 goals this year. Yep. These guys are a lot of fun to watch, and they're playing some great hockey. The league is really good right now. It's a really fun league to watch.
Speaking of fun to watch, where were you watching the gold medal game? And I know that had to be a big one for you.
No, this is a great story, actually.
Okay.
I had the pleasure of watching the gold medal game in a Canadian airport. I was in Regina, Saskatchewan, in an airport. I just finished doing a speaking event up there. Game was at 6:00 in Regina. So I got up at 5, got to the airport at 6 for a 10 o'clock flight because I didn't want to miss the game. And I knew the game would be done by the time my flight left. And I'm sitting there, and it's people yelling at the television, missed breakaway, missed empty net, or missed opportunity. And the place is rowdy and crazy and yelling until that goal went in, until Jack Hughes scored that goal. And the entire terminal went quiet.
Except for you, right?
Except for me. I screamed. I jumped off the bar stool. I'm like running around screaming USA, and everybody's looking at me like, you idiot. And I'm like, oh, it was the greatest feeling ever. You never get a chance like that to rub in a gold medal against Canadians. No disrespect, but actually a little bit of disrespect. but it was really cool. But I will tell you what is really cool is a lot of them came up to me and patted me on the back, said congratulations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was a really cool experience for me. Like most Canadians, very classy and loved the game, and they lost with grace. Well, some of them did, but
for sure.
Some of them did. Right.
Some of them didn't.
Some of them did.
Right.
JR, listen, I know you got to run and you got to get back downstairs, but thank you so much for stopping up.
Are you kidding me?
It's been a pleasure
good
to have you on Snow the Goalie.
So good to be back in Philadelphia. I've said to a lot of people tonight, if I can go back and change one thing in my career, or one or two things, the one thing I would do is call Bobby Clark back in 2005 and say, nope, go to hell. I'm staying here in Philly.
Figure out a way to bring Forsberg in and keep me here.
I'm staying. I'm not waiving my no trade clause. I'm staying right here in Philly. I just never was the same after I left.
That would have been fun.
You were a great Philadelphia Flyer, a great friend, and a great teammate.
Yeah, thanks,
and
Bundy.
We all love you, buddy. Thanks so much for coming up tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
JR,
you're the best.
You're the best, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Roenick.
You know how to get back, right, pal?
Listen, I'll make my way.
Right down the elevator, go down to the suite level.
Go left.
Just come out to the left. You're right.
It's like Bundy takes the place of Waze.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
I love it.
Good stuff.
It might take me 40 minutes to get there, but I get there.
Take you one minute. 1 minute.
You haven't hung around me too often, Bundy.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
I love you. I love you guys.
Too,
Thanks, JR. Jeremy Roenick.
How about that? We always say you never know who's going to pop on the press row show.
Yeah. Want to slide down?
Jeremy Roenick.
I know.
Yeah, let's go back to regular mics.
Well, that was a treat.
Thanks, buddy. Love you, pal. Thank you so much. Thanks for being such a great friend over here. Always.
All right, they're having a moment. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's so awesome.
That's fantastic.
Their relationship is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, JR was one of the best.
Like,
I absolutely just adored playing with him. Like, there was never a dull day with him, and he was a great, great teammate. Fun. I mean, he was wild. He was everything you'd want to expect from an NHL player in the era I played in. And I mean, you talk about a guy that deserved the Hall of Fame nod. It was too late. Like, it wasn't too late. It's never too late.
Never too late.
But it just took him too long to put him in.
Yeah, it was stupid. It was stupid to not have him in there. And I'm glad a couple years ago that
look at the buzz of the crowd he's got. Yeah.
Well, we had people stop. I mean, people usually do stop and they take pictures and all that, but Roenick being here, I mean, like this guy over here works in the arena thing. He just took a selfie from a distance. With Roenick's head kind of facing away in the background.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah,
really cool.
He was amazing with fans, like just coming out of the arena and
he
stuff
was
like
great
that.
with the media.
Yeah, with the media, he was great.
Oh,
with the
we
media
loved
too.
him. We loved JR.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, one of those things that this team, if they're able to pull the nose up on this tonight, when you start to think about making the playoffs and kind of etching yourself in the history of a team and being somebody who really does capture the imagination of fans the way that Roenick did, that lives on. I mean, that lives on for decades. People were just as excited, if not more so, to see him than just about anybody else that we've had on this show in quite a long time.
He'd be as big a draw as anybody that you could bring up here. Yeah. Because he's real, and he's a real person, and that's what people want to see, too. Not just the hockey side of you, the personality that's involved, and he's got a lot of that.
Yeah.
Can we do our stat of the night?
That's right. Thank you.
Do it?
That's right. Intern Andrew, he's back.
You got 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
I think you'll appreciate this one, Russ.
All right. Stat of the night.
2 assists for Rasmus Ristolainen against the Jets, which brings his career total to 318 points. He is the NHL's second all-time leading defenseman among players that have never played the playoffs. Number 1 has already booked his ticket to the playoffs this year. It's Rasmus Dahlin. So hopefully we can change that this season and playoff Risto will actually become playoff Risto.
There you go.
Then, for Carolina, obviously not playing tonight, but Sebastian Aho scored a goal in Carolina's last game that tied him with Mikko Koivu for 7th place on the NHL's all-time scoring list by a Finnish player. So obviously still has a long way to go before catching Solani, but
guys, the Flyers look nervous.
They did.
They did.
They look like they're playing nervous for some reason. I don't know why.
They had a couple spurts.
There was a stretch. It was around the 8.5-minute mark. The third line had, I think, the best shift of any.
Barkey.
Yeah.
Yes,
they had the best shift of anybody in that period. So Bundy, the nerves you would hope are out of the way, right? The nerves are done.
Yeah.
You didn't allow a lot of shots, but you did allow some high danger opportunities.
Oh, big time.
What is the number one thing that Tocchet messages to the guys during this intermission and before they take the ice in the second period?
Keep the danger out of the middle. That's where all the trouble was that period. Everything in the middle of the ice was a problem for the Flyers. When they clog up the middle of the ice and they push to the outside with their body positioning and their structure, that eliminates the chances that are going to come. But Carolina had way too many chances in tight and right in around the goal mouth. The Flyers need to clean that up and do a better job. And then on the flip side, when you get in there, shoot the puck and crash the net for rebounds. There wasn't enough body presence after the shot's taken.
All right, Anthony, it's a big. I mean, this is about as big of a 20 minutes of the season as there's been because
you can't get down by more than the 2 goals that you're down now.
Well, and I think you also need to cut the lead here because
you sure do.
Because the last thing that you want, and the last thing you want is for this score to stay the same or even get worse, and then the pressure ramps up in that final 20.
Yeah.
And then, God forbid, you don't walk away with a single point tonight, then, good God, the pressure tomorrow is immense. So this period is about as big of any as they've played the entire season.
1,000%. I agree with you. You cannot get behind 3-0. They have to score the next goal. It's a critical goal in the game. They got to find a way. I mean, they had a few shots on Bussy, but he made some saves on them. They got to get They got to get more to the net, more guys to the net.
Yeah.
Right. There was not a lot of traffic in front of him. They got to make it uncomfortable for him.
Puck drop.
That's what's got to happen.
We'll be back. Second intermission and postgame here on the Press Row Show. Oh, welcome into the Breast Row Show, the number one rated pregame intermission postgame show this side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west of the Outer Banks, which are also in North Carolina. And guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, got to give them credit. Philadelphia Flyers, when it looked like they were getting suffocated, and then we could talk about the style the Carolina plays, when it felt like they were getting suffocated, when it felt like not all hope was lost, but it certainly didn't feel like a great start to the period for the Flyers. You get a Denver Barkey masterclass of a pass to Michkov, who is absolutely elated in his goal-scoring celebration. And then Porter Martone, we talked about it pregame. Martone's vision and ability. He puts that puck onto Zegras' stick, and Zegras, cool, calm, and collected. 2-2.
It would be a mistake for teams to sleep on Porter Martone as a passer.
Yeah, he's a hell of a passer. For a guy who's known as a sniper, he makes some beautiful plays with the puck when he has it on his stick.
Really, really does. And that's that. You know, they keep talking about the hockey IQ, Bundy. That's part of it right there. You know, that's it right there. And that's what JR was talking about first intermission. These guys having the hockey IQ.
Yeah.
And that's an example of it right there. Just knowing where your teammates are and being able to make that pass in that moment. You know, it's a big moment, right? And be able to make that play. Really good. And they needed this because, as Russ was saying, the first 8 minutes of the period, Carolina was in suffocate you mode.
Yeah, they almost took a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
That would have been rough.
Vladar made a nice save.
Sure did,
right?
Yeah.
And that would have been bad if they got down 3-0. That would have deflated the balloon. And Vladar makes that big save, and then they finally get an opportunity. And, you know, they get the goal, and it's just it woke everybody up.
Yep. Building went wild.
Yeah, it was great. And it's funny. It's what it sounds like in here, Bundy. It sounds like back in the day.
Yeah, it does.
All the "Let's Go Flyers" chants. You know, a lot of the cheering for the small plays. You know, you have a long shift in the zone, and they applaud it.
There was the loud applause. It was after the Barkey set up to Michkov.
Yeah.
There was probably, a solid minute 15 nonstop of this place just rocking, right? Like, there was nothing else to cheer for. I mean, it was just the run of play. They kept the puck down in the offensive zone, and it was just nonstop. This place got loud. It got really, really loud. And
it's the loudest I've heard it in 5 years.
What was the game? It was 2 home games ago. Remember the Flyers had a moment where the place was rocking, and then they gave up a goal almost immediately. It was the one that went to a review or whatever, and then the air got sucked out of the building. This was one of those times where they met the moment, they kept that momentum going, and they didn't lose focus.
No, not at all.
It doesn't look like a young team. When they really get some confidence going.
Confidence is the key to everything, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, when you believe that you can go out there and be unbeatable, more often than not, you're going to be. It's part of it. It's crazy. It's crazy. But
this guy started to tell us Greg Mack saying the Anaheim game is loud. Nothing like tonight.
Yeah, it was. It's a different kind of loud.
Different kind of energy, yeah.
Right? It's like that energy for Anaheim is all about screw you, Cutter Gauthier, right? I wanted to talk about Martone, and then that's why I had it on the brain. Screw you, Cutter Gauthier. This energy is all about win the damn game and go to the playoffs.
You know what I compare it to?
What's that?
Bundy, allow me to go pro wrestling moment here. There's the crowd who's cheering the finish of the match, the 1, 2, 3. And there's that elation. It's just normal. And then there's the difference between that and the surprise return. The surprise return has that more guttural sound, that shock. There's more of a bass to that kind of reaction. That's what this feels like tonight. This feels like a whole body, the relief of knowing, hey, they were losing 2-0. It looked like things were going to head in the wrong direction. They got the first goal, the relief hits. Second goal, you hit elation. There's just a different feel to that kind of loud atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, by the way, Roy McMullen's got his Cutter Gauthier shirt on right now for good luck. Look at that.
Who's Taco?
At a guy.
That's what
Talkit. That's what Zegras
calls Talkit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never heard talk called Taco in my life.
Zegras called him all year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a Zegras nickname for him. All right. Before we get to intern trivia, just one little thing. So my older son, Anthony, he's over at the ballpark tonight watching the Phillies win. I think they're winning 12-2. He said that they showed the goals over there, and 40,000 people went nuts over at the ballpark.
Great.
I think
that's awesome.
Yeah, he said they put them up on the screen, and everybody went nuts. So
kudos to John Middleton. because and I know it seems stupid to say that to some extent, but like you're under no obligation as an owner of a team to let your in-arena, your in-stadium crew, go show highlights from one of the other teams in town. And it's also not a playoff game. That's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing.
It is. It's recognition that, it's a thank you to the people in that stadium for being there that when this is going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, as a result, here's a little thank you. We're going to show you, and we're going to support the other team while we're at it.
And to be fair, there have been times that they've shown Phillies highlights.
Yes, they've done it
in
here.
this arena during Flyers games. So it's a cool thing to see.
1,000%. It's a great relationship between Dan Hilferty and John Middleton, and it's good for the city.
Yeah, and the Flyers honor the Phillies when they're in the postseason.
Oh,
at the
100%.
beginning of the year. Yeah, so they get along well. It's the Eagles that do nothing for anybody.
I know
they don't do anything. For
well, they got they happen to be the biggest league, and sometimes those who are in that kind of stratosphere, they just don't play as nicely with others as you maybe want them to.
Yeah.
By the way, Amy said that apparently there was a "Let's Go Flyers" chant that broke out at Citizens Bank Park, probably after they showed one of those highlights. So,
yeah, probably.
Very cool.
All right, you want to go to intern for trivia? The penultimate trivia of the regular season?
I think now's the right time. Gentlemen, do you have your penultimate episode instruments ready?
Ready to roll. Ching, 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 ching,
Intern, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? Outstanding work as always, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you.
So try to bring some good vibes with this trivia question. Go back to one of the greatest Flyers moments in recent history. Was that game 82, Flyers versus Rangers. Winner gets into the playoffs, loser goes home. And I think last year, maybe 2 years ago, I asked the question when the Rangers were here about the shootout. Before the shootout, in regulation, though, Rangers scored a goal very early in the game in the first period. Flyers did not get the equalizer until the third period. So there were only 2 goals that were scored in regulation in that game. Do you know who those 2 goal scorers were? And they were 2 very unlikely people.
Say this again?
The 2 goals that were scored in the 2010 game before the shootout to get into the playoffs. Who scored the goal for each team?
Let's say the Flyers guy, it was his 6th goal of the season, and the Rangers guy, it was only his 2nd goal of the season.
Wow, yeah, I have no idea.
Wow.
No idea.
I saw the highlights.
Aaron Asham.
No.
That's a good guess.
If he was ever here, man. I didn't know.
No, he was. He was here then. You know what? You know how I know he was here then? He scored a couple of the goals against Boston in the comebacks.
Was it a defenseman or a forward?
The Flyer was a defenseman.
It wasn't Chris Vandevelde.
No.
It's not.
All right, 2010 defenseman. Well, it's clearly not one of the good ones.
So, yeah, not Pronger Carl.
Yep.
Right?
It was Matt Carl.
What?
Matt Carl was correct.
It was Matt Carl?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I take back the not a good one.
The Rangers player was a forward who became a Flyer the following season.
Forward.
Was he a pest of a player?
Yes.
Dan Carcillo.
No, he was on the team already.
He was already here,
yeah.
A pest who it wasn't. No, not Talbot. Talbot was a.
He was a Pittsburgh.
He was a Penguin. Was he like a Konechny Carcillo size guy, or was he a big dude?
He was pretty big, I think. I want to say he works for the Blue Jackets now.
Oh, Jody Shelley?
Yes.
Ah, Shells.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. 2nd goal of the season for him.
Yeah.
Jody Shelley. Yeah, he does work for the Blue. He's on their broadcast. Blue Jackets broadcast.
That's right.
Yeah, you know where the Blue Jackets are going to go?
Speaking of the Blue Jackets broadcast, I got it. Well, we have a minute to talk about it. So last night, I was working on my computer, so I wasn't down by my TV. So I didn't have the game on TV. So I was listening to the Columbus radio feed.
Okay.
And at the end of the game, they lose the game, right? And it's over. And their broadcaster, Bob McElligott, who's been broadcasting forever, he's a legitimate veteran broadcaster,
right?
Says at the end of the game, maybe 10 times, the season is over. They have nothing left to play for. It's a horrible way for the season to end. They have one more game, but it doesn't count, and then they can go golfing. Like, all these things. And I'm sitting there going, they're not done. They're not out. This is their home radio broadcaster.
Wow.
Like 10 times. So they go to commercial break, and the guy who's back in the studio comes back on and goes, yeah, tough loss for the Blue Jackets. But they're not officially eliminated yet. Like the first thing that he said, I couldn't believe how often McElligott was saying that they were done. I'm like, dude, you're their broadcaster, and you don't know that they're not done?
If the Flyers were to get no points between tonight and tomorrow and the Blue Jackets win their final game, the Blue Jackets would make it in.
Yes.
Just to give people, and it's,
we're
Flyers, obviously looking.
The Flyers lose 2 games in regulation, they're out.
Correct. Yes. And then if Columbus wins, they would be in. So right. And listen, all of these different scenarios are plausible. There's a path for Washington to make it, but that's insane. Also, it's not just about the announcers. They're like production assistants. So how does nobody say, yo, dude, that's not right?
Yeah, I would think somebody they'd have a research person.
If we said that, intern would jump on.
Yeah.
He'd be on that like a pit bull on a pork chop.
I couldn't believe it.
Intern, we could get a job for you for the Blue Jackets, apparently.
I don't want to work for the Blue Jackets.
It's not a bad city. It's got a fun little vibe. It's college town.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about Ohio State, so.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you need to switch your allegiance.
I can't. I'm too involved.
You spent years cheering for James Franklin. You spent a year believing Gavin McKenna was going to lead the Nittany Lions to the promised land. Maybe it is better for you if you switch allegiances to Ohio State.
I'd win more, but I can't.
What if it's a reverse jinx? What if you declare for Ohio State, but in your heart of hearts, you're still a Penn State fan, and then Ohio State starts to suck?
Then I'd be living a lie. But
well, don't we all live a little bit of a lie ourselves?
Yeah.
Anthony?
I was just looking at on my phone. I was just looking at the stats. So Suzuki, he eventually got his 100 point finally.
Yeah.
So do you think he and Caulfield both sit tomorrow? So Caulfield got that 50th goal.
It depends. I think they still have a shot, right? To move for home ice in the first round.
Buffalo. If Buffalo loses their final 2 games and Montreal gets even a loser point, they would take the top spot in the Atlantic.
Well, Tampa's also got games too, right?
Yeah, you're right. They have 2. Well, yeah. So
the Lightning are winning right now 3-1 against Detroit.
So then they would go level on points with Montreal, and they would have the same amount of games played.
The Sabres are losing 1-0 to the Blackhawks, but it's only the first period.
And by the way, Tampa has the second most regulation wins. So if Tampa wins that game in regulation, they would tie Buffalo with 41 regulation wins. And then it would all really come to that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, nothing's decided there. That's why tonight is so important. I mean, Carolina obviously wants to finish with the best record, finish with the most points, home ice advantage, all that. However, they did choose to sit a bunch of guys in this game.
That's why I said to Bundy before the game, I was a little surprised that they sat him this game.
Instead of the last
you
one.
need 1 point to lock up home ice.
Yeah.
So just a little. Other than you sit there and go, okay, well, let's see what happens around the league.
I know what he was thinking.
What's that?
More?
Yeah.
He was thinking to himself, this is going to be a real physical game. But the Flyers are going to come out here gangbusters to try to get this win because it's a more important game for them. And I think he said, I'm just going to run with a different lineup tonight and avoid it. They play the Islanders tomorrow night.
Yeah, in a game that doesn't matter.
So that's probably why. You'll see. I bet you see his regulars back in tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Bundy, that makes sense.
It's a good point, Bundy. I didn't think of it that way.
What a stud. That's why Bundy's here. It's not just his good looks and his boyish charm. It's his intelligent way of analyzing the game.
So Rob Dog picks Noah Cates to get the game winner. Who do we all picking to get the game winner tonight?
I'm going with Martone.
I was thinking that too. Barkey's had such a freaking good game.
He really has.
He might just generate something right at the net. I'll take Barkey. I think Martone is actually the best call.
Who do you got there, Andrew?
I'll say TK.
Travis Konechny, huh?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. I'm going to go Christian Dvorak.
That could make sense.
I'm going to go Christian Dvorak on the game winner.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think you might only get one more, maybe an empty netter. Maybe it goes to overtime. That'll be everybody on the edge of their seat at that point. Like, holy smokes, right?
Yep.
Hey, yep. I have a question.
Yeah.
Our prediction contest. if they make the playoffs, does it continue into the playoffs?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or do we call a regular season winner? Because I don't want it to be.
You want to do like soccer and give multiple cups?
Well, no, I'm just thinking like every year that we've done it, it's only been for 82 games.
Yeah.
You're winning right now. I don't like if in theory you finish in first for the regular season, and then you suck in the playoffs and you lose to somebody else.
I deserve.
But then I kind of think I don't know. Is that fair? Because they give the President's Trophy. I mean, it's hockey.
Yeah.
They do give the President's Trophy, and then there's playoffs. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
For postgame, if the Flyers hang on and win, we may get Dan Hilferty, correct?
Oh, you weren't supposed to say that, but yes.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to tease it as a potential guest. But yeah, we saw the man pregame. He didn't look nervous. He looked confident. He's wearing a, I don't know, $8,000 suit. How much money do you think goes into the Hilferty suit collection? That guy has held some pretty prominent roles. You're not going and buying something off the clearance rack at Men's Warehouse. No offense to Men's Warehouse. We should ask him.
I shop at Men's Warehouse.
I do too.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
and
with
Joseph A. Bank. I like to go clearance
too,
rack.
yeah.
And where do you get your suits?
I haven't bought a suit in years. But I used to go to Joseph A. Bank.
You need to get a suit for the playoffs.
No suit.
We're committing to suits for the playoffs.
Not me.
How about a jumpsuit?
Hey, guys.
What?
Win a period, make the playoffs.
That's a good point. Or don't lose any ground this period. Go to the overtime. Go to a shootout.
Win a period, make the. That's the message in the locker room, right?
Win one period. That's it.
Win a period, make the playoffs. That's all it is right now, boys.
We'll see how they go. See how it goes. Bundy, first 5 minutes.
Really important to set the tone properly, get pucks in deep, work Carolina's defense in their zone. They don't have two of their best defensemen. Get the pucks in and really hem Carolina in the zone.
We will talk to all of you post-game. It'll be after regulation. Could be after overtime, a shootout. We don't know. What we do know is we'll be here. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, and join us post-game here on the Press Row Show.
I think the East sucks. I think the East sucks. I do. I don't think the Met got particularly better, and I think they're probably going to either squeak into the playoffs or be pretty damn close.
I'm standing by this. I've said it. I've been saying it all season long. I think we're finally going to have Snow the goalie, going to have playoffs to talk about this year.
Now it's Zegras inside of the net in front. Martin, save, rebound, Martin. He scores! His first NHL goal is a game winner.
Welcome into the Press Row Show, the #1 rated pregame intermission and postgame show. The side of the Mississippi South, the Arctic Circle north of the equator, and west of wherever the bleep you want it to be, baby. We got a playoff team.
We did, Russ.
They're back in the playoffs.
It took forever.
It's been 8 years of this show. And for the first time, we will be doing playoff games on the Press Row Show. Somebody get Sidney Crosby some tissues. Hey, Pittsburgh. It's time. It's time. Bundy.
Yes, sir.
Huge win.
Huge win. I mean, it took everything in this game. Down 2-0. Had enough moxie in the second period to come back. Played an okay third period. I don't think it was great. Didn't have a great 4-on-4. The Hurricanes hit the crossbar, the outside of the post on a shot. I think it was Jackson Blake.
Yep.
And the Flyers just hung on in the overtime, got to the shootout. Fourth shooter was Tyson Forrester. He made no mistake about it with a snipe up high. And then Dan Vladar did the rest. Humongous win. The biggest win we've seen in this building in a long, long time.
This was a microcosm of the season. This team had moments where the youth looked like it was shining through, maybe not in the best way. It had moments where while they faced adversity, Dan Vladar put the team on his back. And then you had the breakthroughs. You had the Barkey to Michkov goal. You had the Martin to Zegras goal. You get to the thing that has, for the longest time, been the bane of the Flyers' existence. The shootout. You make it to a shootout, and they get it done. And the most fitting thing, who gets the shootout winner? A guy who was ruled out for the rest of the season less than 5 months ago, busts his ass, gets himself back in.
And how appropriate is it that, like the last, when Danny Briere was a player, he gets them in to the playoffs in 2010 on a shootout goal and then a save by Bush, right? Yep. And here you are, the first time that Danny Briere's team, as a general manager, makes the playoffs, is on a shootout goal and a save by the goalie, who, by the way, Dan Vladar, you needed one more, Bundy, like one more great game from Dan Vladar.
Yeah, and Vladar was solid. I mean, I don't think he had a bad first period, but he made some great saves late in this hockey game to keep it at bay and give the Flyers a chance, especially in the shootout, to win it.
Yeah, I mean,
sensational.
33 games this year of giving up 2 goals or less.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's incredible.
Amazing numbers.
It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Good for them. Good for them. I mean, look, there's a lot of flaws still with this team. You watch them play, and there's long shifts in their end, and you're going, oh, no. Like, they're going to give up a goal.
Yeah.
There's things that still need to be cleaned up, that still need to be fixed. But you know what? Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, they went through a lot this year to get where they are. They came back from being 8 points down in the standings not too long ago, and they just were resilient. They stayed with it. They got good goaltending. They got balanced scoring. They really did a lot of good things down the stretch to earn their position in the playoffs.
And you know what? Somebody needs to give credit to the coaching staff, too.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Like, I mean,
absolutely.
You don't go through what they went through this year and fix what they fixed to get to where they got to without doing something right as coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Talk deserves a lot of credit, and they did a marvelous job really in this game and in the season, just getting to this point, staying with it.
Yep.
You know, one of the things the Flyers did really well this year, and let's knock away like the January, February hiccup they had. One of the best things they did all year was their resiliency after losses. That guy looked like Shane Gillis.
He did look like Shane Gillis. He did. His buddy says yes, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of happy fans down here tonight.
Yep.
That is for sure.
Yep.
This is good for the city.
It is.
It's
It is.
great
It is.
for the city.
It is.
Because when hockey matters in this city, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so for this city to finally for this city to have this again, like, that matters. You know, you've won a Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls with the Eagles. You know, the Phillies got you to a World Series, and it's rocking down there every October. Like, you need something from the winter sports teams to really get excited about, and you haven't had it. And so to finally have it and feel it again, it's really kind of cool for this city. I'm happy for all the fans. I'm happy for all the fans, even the fans who kill me, even the fans who criticize all the time, even the fans who had some negative things to say. I'm happy for every last one of you, even Evan Atkins.
Even the bandwagon jumpers who've hopped on the bandwagon who haven't been here all year. That's unbelievable how they come out of the woodwork.
Out of the woodwork, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was so cool about tonight? And we talked about this during one of the intermissions, the difference between that sound of a goal being scored versus that visceral kind of reaction. And what you had tonight, especially at the end of this game, it's not just jubilation to qualify for the playoffs. It's so much more than that. This is beyond excitement and happiness about this team getting in. There was a sound, guys, of relief. There was a feeling, a release of years of pain, of years of watching bad hockey, of years watching teams flounder and not live up to expectations, and not live up to the expectations that were set by prior regimes and prior coaches. This is a team that no one saw coming. No one saw it getting to here. Well, we did, kind of.
Well, we changed our mind.
We did partway through.
Both of us in different ways.
We did.
Like you went total heel on your fan base, and you went from being that they're not going to. It's terrible. It's awful.
Yeah,
and then
you
all of
were
a sudden,
a hater, Russ.
and then all of a sudden, it was like, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. And I went from feeling really good about this team from October through mid-January, and then I was like, oh, I'm not sure. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give them until right after the Olympic break. And they came that first game after the Olympic break and lost in Washington. I was like, you ain't making up 8 points in 25 games and jumping all these teams. It's just not going to happen.
And they did.
It doesn't happen. And they did it. Now, they got some help.
They got a ton of help.
They got a lot of help.
You got to look at teams like Columbus
and the Islanders.
And the Islanders that just fumbled down the stretch.
Yeah. So,
but you know what? You have to control your controllables. That's the thing that we've talked about for 3-4 weeks on the show. Control what you can control. Don't scoreboard watch. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Handle your own business. And this team did it. And listen,
I'll tell you what. I'll say this too, though, as we head this into the weekend. I don't mind their chances against the Penguins.
I don't either.
First round, I think that they can make a showing. It's after that, like you struggled against a Carolina team
that had 6 guys
that were missing
6 best players.
Yeah, and they still controlled the game. Like, what happens when they bring all those guys back in? Like,
are they gonna come in and buy tickets as fans? Because Ottawa's gonna get it done.
There you go.
A lot of people. I've read a lot of stuff about people thinking Ottawa has a chance against the Canes. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
But no, this is the Flyers could beat the Penguins. And by the way, you remember, it's funny. Our first Snow the Goalie this year, out at where we're going to be on Wednesday, was out at Chickies and Pete's in Warrington. Remember this? And Russ, you brought up on the show to me and Bundy about Sidney Crosby. We actually had a clip that went pretty viral of Bundy talking about how Flyers fans will respect him and and all that stuff. It's going to be 2012 all over again.
Yeah, I know. They're going to really ride him.
It's going to go back to 2012 next week when we have a playoff game here at Wells Fargo. I don't know the dates. People are going to ask me. I don't know. But if I had to guess, if I had to speculate, and I think there's a concert in here next week too, I think Wednesday will be game 3. I don't know beyond that.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Saturday, Monday. Probably
Saturday, Monday in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Probably. And then I think game 3 will be Wednesday. I can't say anything beyond that. I don't know. I'm not even 100% sure on game 3 being Wednesday next week. So hear me say that. I'm not sure about it. I think it will be Wednesday next week. Keep in mind, this is dictated by television.
Yeah.
Right? It's just dictated by TV.
I'm hopeful for Thursday.
But Wednesday night hockey, you get Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Like, how can you ask for anything else? That's what the league wants. First playoff game in front of fans in Philadelphia in 8 years. Like, that's what they want.
Really quick, I just want to play out what almost happened. Okay. Columbus gets eliminated because the Flyers pick up a point.
Yeah.
And then we all start to look at each other and we go, okay, Montreal, not going to roll over for you tomorrow. They're going to play hard because they're still jockeying with Tampa.
And Buffalo.
And
they have a shot at winning the division still.
So Montreal was going to come in here with their hair on fire. And then you look at tomorrow's game between the Caps and the Blue Jackets. Well, Columbus is eliminated.
So is Washington.
No. What I'm saying is we were very close. If this had ended up being a 1-point game, then tomorrow Washington would have had a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so this was huge. I mean, you cannot understate how important it was to get that win. Mike, the organ guy, play a song.
We got more games, Mike.
Tonight, baby.
We got more games.
We got more games, Mike.
You don't have no playoff songs planned, do you? Here and no.
Okay.
Mike's a great guy.
He's the best. Mike, the organist,
best in the business. The number 1 rated organist in the NHL.
in the NHL.
I'm going to put him up for it.
There you go.
I will.
We got to start calling him that.
The number 1 rated
organist. Number 1 rated organist.
Yep. That man knows
in the NHL.
He knows how to handle his organ. Yes, he does. Both hands and feet. He's incredible. Great guy. Have you heard back from anybody that we need to hear from about things? Okay.
Not a thing.
All right. So massive. I mean,
if you hang around here long enough, you're going to be able to see John LeClaire and Jeremy Roenick playing pickup hockey.
We can move the camera to show that.
Shinny hockey.
If you missed it during the first intermission, Jeremy Roenick was on the show. We always say you never know who's going to pop on the press row show. Jeremy Roenick was on first intermission. Would encourage you to go back and check that out. It's on YouTube and Facebook and X, and I'll probably put it in the podcast feed. But Roenick was a lot of fun to have on, and that's when the Flyers were down 2-0. I mean, Bundy, if we go back, let's just kind of give this overview of the game. First period, the Flyers looked young and nervous, a bad combo. Went into the first intermission.
Coming off that road trip, too, right?
Yeah.
The first game back after a road trip. It's amazing how it never fails.
And they go into the first intermission down 2-0. And you said the most important thing for them to do in that second period was to kind of shake that one off.
Yeah.
Right? Get back out there, play your game. First 8 minutes of the second period looked like an extension to the first. Wasn't great. But that Barkey pass to Michkov got this place turned around. And it was as loud as we've heard it in years.
Yeah,
and that
I haven't heard it this loud, and even going back, I mean, that's as loud as I've heard it in maybe years and years and years.
And that was a goal and a feeling in the building. That was the first level of relief. All right, they have a chance. Then Martone, whose passing has been widely underrated, Martone sets up Zegras. Zegras, as patient as you like, ties the game. Third period got nervy. I mean, there were moments in that third, Bundy, where it looked like Carolina was going to break through.
Yeah.
And it, once again, landed on the shoulders of Dan Vladar. What a freaking stud. I mean, Danny Briere deserves a lot of credit, and I'm sure that there were some scouts involved in that one. Hey, if this guy gets an opportunity to be a starter, maybe he can do some damage. But holy hell, he's been incredible.
Yeah, sure has. Yeah, he's been unbelievable. I mean, he's the MVP of the team.
I know that there have been people, there were some questions, I think, in the comments a little bit ago about, does he get Vezina consideration? He won't win. He won't win, but
no,
he might get ballot votes.
He might get some down ballot, like fifth place votes. Like
right.
He might get a couple of those. And remember, it's the general managers vote for Vezina. So it's not the writers. So general managers vote for Vezina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he might get some. Like the GMs might look at the Flyers and go, Yeah, they ain't in the playoffs without Dan Vladar. Let's give him a couple votes.
Well, that is the magic question of the year. Do the Flyers make the playoffs without Dan Vladar this year?
No,
not
a chance.
I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
To quote the old Vince McMahon entrance song, "No chance in hell." Absolutely not. Vladar has been that incredible. What a signing.
Yeah, Adam, he's not going to win. Like we're not sitting there saying that he's going to win it. We were just saying, does he get some down ballot votes, like 4th, 5th place votes? Because a lot of the guys, think about it, a lot of the goalies who had like great seasons this year, their teams didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Sorokin.
Look at Sorokin, yeah.
Logan Thompson in Washington had a great year. I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yep.
You know, I mean, what's his name? In Winnipeg, Hellebuck. Like, I'm not going to make the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, who's going to get it? I mean, it's probably Vasilevsky.
I would say Vasilevsky. He lost 1 game out of 25 midseason.
Yeah.
It might be Vasilevsky.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, could Vladar get 4th, 5th place votes? Sure. Yeah, sure. I don't think he's a finalist.
He deserves some kind of votes, though. He's been they don't make the playoffs without him. I think we all agree. Like, if this had been last year's goalie situation between Erson Kolosov and Fedotov, I mean, you're definitely looking at a lottery team. He's that big of a swing for them. He's massively important, no doubt.
Do we know if we're getting the boss man up? Do we have any idea? Are we going to wait a few more minutes?
Yeah, I would just give it a couple more minutes just to be safe, but I don't know.
Okay.
My son says after the Phillies game, there were about 3,000 people crowded around the third base gate at McFadden's to watch the end of the game. And everybody went crazy over there to watch the shootout.
That's great.
Really?
Yeah.
It means something.
It's going to be cute getting out of here tonight.
You know, here's the other thing that I think makes tonight so special. Okay. You guys know me. I'm as big of a basketball fan as it gets, right? I love the Sixers. The Sixers have no shot of doing anything of value.
No.
And Embiid being out, like, that's it. I mean, you essentially need to lose that play-in game and then hope you play Detroit and maybe have a chance. Like, it ain't happening. So all of the eyes of the city, while the Sixers are kind of floundering, and while the Phillies had a nice night tonight, but it hasn't exactly been the most inspiring start to the season for them. There's a potential here for hockey fever, at least for a week or two, and it's massive.
Well, it's certainly going to carry through from today, tomorrow, I guess starting tomorrow, through at least the 4th game of the series.
Yeah.
Because you're getting 2 home playoff games.
Yep.
Guaranteed, no questions asked. And then you see, and look, like Bundy said, like Pittsburgh they're beatable. They're beatable. They're not. I mean, there's some players there who've had really good seasons. You give them credit. You know, they were supposed to be, in a lot of people, myself included, picked them for dead last in the Metropolitan Division this year.
Who's that?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. A lot of people did.
Yeah. And they finished in second, and they, you know, credit to them for having the kind of season that they had. But they're like the Flyers. They're flawed. They got flaws too. So you're going to have 2 teams that are, you know, this is the best possible matchup for them.
Yes, it is.
Out of all the places they could have finished, this is the best possible matchup for them.
Yep.
So I just leave it there. There we go. With the quitter.
You gotta get on the camera.
See the good luck. The good luck.
This was the luck we needed tonight.
This is the luck you needed. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Look at this. Here, step around. Yeah, there you go.
Come on in.
Show that shirt off. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. A little bit further. There you go. You
quitter
got
Gautier shirt.
The quitter Gautier shirt.
Shop.snowthegoalie.com. Pick up your shirt tonight.
Did you guys enjoy yourselves tonight?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was fun, wasn't it? It was.
That was good stuff. Good stuff. Did you have a good time? Yes. Awesome.
It's the loudest you've ever heard this building, right? Yeah.
Yeah. By far.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that we have a
thanks, dude.
We have a new design coming to the Snow the Goalie merch shop, probably in the next day or so. You're going to want to get it. Don't forget, I mean, I think at this point, it's very clear you want to get this as much as you can. The Darth Vladar shirts, they're in stock. We're good. You go over to shop.snowthegoalie.com. Go pick up your Darth Vladar shirt or hoodie.
I got a text from a guy.
Yeah.
Said, Russ's lead into the postgame scared his dog.
Good.
Just saying. Go Flyers.
Well, isn't
That's
it
what he
like
said.
if you're scared, get a dog? So if your dog's scared, then what do you do?
I know, right?
Get a different dog? I don't know. What do you do?
Vladar didn't get a star in this game tonight.
Who picked him?
Who the hell picked the stars tonight?
Find it.
Jackie?
Find it.
Was it Jackie?
She can't. No, she can't have done it. No way.
If it was Jackie. If it was Jackie, we are going to
You
have
have
open
to be
rebellion.
a moron to not pick him as the star of the game.
Oh,
One of
boy.
them.
All right, hold on.
That is unbelievable. I can't believe he's not a star. I thought he would have been first star.
Everybody guess who picked the stars.
Well, I'm guessing.
I don't care. Whoever it is a moron.
Who was the first star tonight?
It was Forster. It says 3 stars by, and it just says media. I don't know what that means.
It just doesn't say who picked it.
First star, Forster. Second star, Michkov. Third star was Ehlers for Carolina.
Ehlers over Vladar.
Whoever media is.
We got to find out
Tough
who
night.
the moron is.
We do have to find
all right,
out.
let's start texting everybody we know in the media. We got to.
Well, they're all downstairs. Keep in
No,
mind,
just put it on Twitter.
They're not going to answer right off the bat.
Amadeo says it was Kimmelman. I can't imagine.
No, I
No,
can't
it
imagine.
can't be
No, I don't think it was Kimmelman.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't think it was Kimmelman.
If it was Kimmelman, we got to have a conversation with that man.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Because it would have said by NHL.com.
Good point.
Yeah.
Who else could have been media?
It was Meltzer. Frost took all 3. Still on that.
Oh, no. We're going to have to keep him. Oh, Dave Meltzer. There you go.
Yeah.
Vladar would have had 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
I'll keep refreshing to
Let's
see if I
how.
can see
Let's
it.
see how many
See if
pro
they,
wrestling
see
fans
if they
come back.
update it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they stop putting who it is and just say media after all we did.
Just to protect them from Bundy.
Ryan Olden said it was Panache. Oh, man. Carchiti's here tonight. Too. He was here. Yeah.
So was Carchiti. Call it Carchiti.
I think I know who can tell me.
Do you?
I think. I'll find out.
You know what's funny thinking back to the season? I know, Ant, you were kind of like waxing poetic on pregame because it's been 8 years of doing the show. We've never actually gotten to do playoff games together with people in the building.
Yeah, we've
I said with people in the building.
No,
fans.
together.
Yeah,
we've never gotten to do a show here.
Yeah,
in a playoff game.
That's what I said.
Yeah, because 2018 we started the podcast, but I was here by myself without you.
Yeah,
right. And then 2020 we weren't here.
Yeah.
So this will be the first time in the 8 years of the show that we've actually got the playoff game together.
Yes. When you think back to this year, there have been standout moments. There have been standout games. Dallas a few weeks ago seemed like an improbable one. They pulled that one out. What was the one earlier in the season? It was a Western Conference team. Was Colorado?
They beat Colorado.
That was it.
There.
Yeah.
That was an impressive win in Colorado. They had some good games. They had some good games this year, but this is unbelievable.
I can't believe that you know what it was? After they picked the stars, they just put media down because even the people up there thought they were too dumb for putting down that number. They're like, we're just going to put down media. We're not going to actually put a name down.
Tim Saunders is going by here. Do you think
Timmy,
he knows?
Who picked the stars?
Who picked the stars tonight?
I think it was Ray Charles.
Who?
Ray Charles.
he missed Vladar.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's a great Tim Saunders Charles. Right there on his way. See you, Timmy. Congratulations.
Oh, my God. Ray Charles.
I usually don't make those kind of jokes because I have a couple of really good, like, solid blind friends, so I never joke about those kind of jokes. Yeah. But whoever was not seeing the proper game
Maybe it was
tonight.
one of your friends.
It
And you know
might
what?
have
Good
been.
for them having the opportunity to pick the stars tonight.
Yeah, I have a great friend, Jim Meck. He's a blind musician, diehard Flyer fan, and he plays the piano like unbelievable. He texted me tonight from Seattle. He was watching the game, so
that's cool.
So
I know it wasn't him picking the stars.
So usually the routine is Saunders is first, then we usually see Friggy walk by, and then Steve, the press box steward, is usually the third guy. And Steve, the press box steward, would know. Actually, I have his cell. I can text him. I can ask him.
Oh, please don't be Jackie.
I know that would be so bad if it was. That would be.
There's nothing I hate that so bad when a guy plays his ass off. and he doesn't get a start. I mean, he was the difference maker in the game tonight.
He was.
He stopped it from becoming 3-0 on that unbelievable save in the second period. I mean, he was just really, really dialed in and good.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, this one's for Tony Louie too. By the way, my buddy, my good friend. I hope he's happy. I hope he's excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my son Andrew just texted for you, Russ. He said Risto finally made the playoffs.
Well, he's not, until he takes the ice. He might get a hangnail on his big toe. You don't know. Now, playoff Risto, he's finally going to get to do it.
Yeah. So there goes your stat of the night, right?
What if playoff Risto puts a dude through the glass?
I know, right?
Game 1.
So, Andrew, there goes your stat of the night.
Right, yes.
He's no longer the lead. So who was third? Do you know who was third?
It didn't tell me, no.
Yeah, just curious.
Did you refresh? Did we get an update on the media? Or no?
It still just says media.
So,
I think they're in witness protection.
Wait a second. Didn't we also say something while I'm waiting for the answer to the stars?
I heard back about Big Guy tonight.
No, that's not what I.
No, I heard back. He's not making it tonight. We'll try to do it tomorrow.
Okay.
He's down with the guys.
Did we not say that if the Flyers made the playoffs, then that was when we were going to shave Andrew's head?
I don't know.
We did, but yeah. He just got a haircut. I mean, look at he kind of looks distinguished and everything.
He's looking studly.
He looks distinguished.
He's looking studly right now. Look at him. Hold on. Let's bring him on. Bring him on. There he is.
Oh,
what a stud. What a stud.
Oh, that's fantastic. He looks distinguished. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
I feel distinguished.
This is Dan Hilferty. Welcome to Snow the Goalie. You're in for a treat.
Yeah, you sure are.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
All right,
so,
guys.
by the way, everybody's loving the video that we started the post game with, and we put it out on social media. I want to give credit to who deserves it, and that's video guy Amadeo put that together. I had asked him to just send me the clip. I just wanted the clip of when I said that the team was going to make the playoffs. That's all I wanted. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Hey, I got you that clip. I made a little edit. You cool with it? And if I send it to you?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me see." And he sent me that. I was like, "Oh, it's perfect."
I think we should play it one more time and then wrap.
Okay.
What do you think? We'll come back for 5 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here. I think it's this one. All right, here we go.
I think the East sucks. I do. I don't think the Met got particularly better, and I think they're probably going to either squeak into the playoffs or be pretty damn close.
I'm standing by this. I've said it. I've been saying it all season long. I think we're finally going to have Snow the Goalie, going to have playoffs to talk about this year.
Now it's Zegras inside of the net in front. Martin save, rebound, Martin. He scores! His first NHL goal is a game winner.
All right, there you go. So
I couldn't really hear the music the first time because of all the crowd noise.
It was very loud before.
That sent me back to I missed those old commercials.
All right, I got.
The only thing Amadeo was missing was because it's the cup. I love that phrase.
Oh.
Because it's the cup.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed to announce
It can't be Jackie. Please don't.
it was not Jackie.
It wasn't Kimmelman, was it?
It was Adam Kimmelman.
Oh, man. He had a rough night, boy. It's a rough night.
It was Adam Kimmelman. So whoever knew that, it must have been somebody who was here in the building.
Amadeo.
So yeah, he was in here in the building. Oh.
Well, tomorrow,
AK
pre-game, we might have to have the trial of Adam Kimmelman.
Yeah, we'll have to ask AK to come on the show tomorrow pre-game.
Adam.
Yeah.
That's a rough 3-star pick, right?
Do we have the thing queued up? Ewan McGregor in one of the Star Wars movies. You are the chosen one.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well,
one of my friends did text me and said that video brought a tear to his eye, by the way.
That's awesome.
So good for Amadeo.
Yeah, good work by Amadeo.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, we're going to come back tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be Wednesday up in guys. It's going to be a fun one up in Warrington on Wednesday. Be sure if you're out that way or you're close by, come and see us at Chickies and Pete's in Warrington. Bundy will be there. I think who's coming to see us.
My wife, I think, is going to be coming.
Oh, is she really?
Is she? The lovely Nancy Joy.
She hasn't gotten to make it the whole season.
That's a good one.
Her parents said, you know what? Drop all the kids off. Go enjoy the show.
That's great. And you know who else is coming?
Right.
Mike the organist, and he's bringing friends and family.
That's
really?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Mike the organist.
He lives out that way.
He lives out. Yeah, it's close to there, so he's going to come out and hang out with us. So Wednesday night at Chickies and Pete's in Warrington, PA. 6 o'clock start time. Come out.
Bring Billy from South Philly.
Billy from South Philly.
He has to be there.
He's already been texting us. He's like crying. Billy from South Philly's in tears. Yeah.
Bring Billy from South Philly with us.
Yeah.
We'll get some dinner.
Yeah, get some dinner on Wednesday. Yeah. So, definitely come out and hang out. We usually get there a little bit early, so if you want to get there, 5:30, come on out, grab a seat, because we're in that extra. You know what?
That's the outdoor area.
It's probably outdoors now because it's going to be so warm.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be awesome.
That is going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an outdoor seating kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
It's going to be a warm day, but it'll be a good day.
It's going to be up to 90, isn't it?
I think Wednesday.
We might not want to be.
I know, right?
I think we have homework for tomorrow.
What's our homework for tomorrow?
I think, since tomorrow's game doesn't matter, and it doesn't, maybe we should come to the table with some of our favorite moments from the season, like big wins, things that were unexpected, and then we can obviously take a look ahead to the Penguins series. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Bundy,
that's great.
It is kind of funny though to think about. I think it was the first show of the season we did was in Warrington, right?
Yeah, it was.
And that's when I asked you about Crosby and the fact that rivalry was largely dead. And and do people lose the vitriol because he's an all-time great? And you were like, yeah, I think a lot of it.
I will say this:
respect.
The fans are going to have to create the rivalry because the rivalry is dead.
Yeah,
like there's when they go play now in a regular season game, there's no more anything that was into that. So this is how you create the animosity again, is with a spirited playoff a series. That's how it comes back. It's the only way it comes back. But they've been removed so far apart for so long in regular season games that were meaningless that it lost that Viper sting to it that it had for so many years. So, the fans have to recreate that, and hopefully we get that hate and animosity back between the two teams.
It'd be great. All right, guys. We have lots to look forward to.
Yeah, we got a quick turnaround, so we're back here at it again tomorrow night.
Yep.
Expect to see David Jiricek in the lineup tomorrow night.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I wonder, because you know who else was in the building? Jack Berglund.
Is Berglund here?
Yeah, he was here
somebody
tonight,
said, I heard earlier twice today that they may not be able to play him, though, right? Is that... I don't know. I don't understand the rules.
The way that they were doing it was the ELC is supposed to start next year, and that he was only going to play for the Phantoms to close out the season. I don't know how it applies to him because of the league he was playing in, if he can play that game or not.
Well, you can. I think you can sign him to an amateur tryout or a professional tryout contract for one game.
Okay.
If you can make it work.
It would be interesting to see him in the lineup, but who knows? The nice thing is tomorrow you get to come into the building or you get to tune in from home.
I know.
Everybody gets to take a deep breath.
I know everybody's saying they have no call-ups left, but you got to understand he's not officially on the roster this year. So he's playing for the Phantoms under what's called an amateur tryout. His ELC doesn't kick in until next year. So you could technically sign him to what's called a PTO. So that's how that
professional tryout.
Yeah, that's how that would work.
Well, we'll see if it happens. Tomorrow is going to be nice, guys. After weeks of it feeling like every game was a must-win, we can definitively say tomorrow is not a must-win.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's to go out there and have fun, boys. Put the puck out on the ice and go play the game.
Yep.
And then we prepare for the playoffs. All right.
Yep.
Guys, great job as always. Intern Andrew, sensational job on the 1s and 2s over there.
Thank you.
Big thank you to Amadeo for that video. And big thank you to all of you who tuned in. Don't forget, the show's available on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And, of course, you can find the show also wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music. Do us a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe, ring the bell to get notified when we go live. And we'll be back here tomorrow from the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Anything else, guys?
That's it.
That's all.
Have a great night, everybody. Your Flyers are going to the playoffs. Good night.